We're going to get this party started shortly. What's happening, gang? People jumping on? Leave me an emoji in the comments. Just let me know that you can hear me and you can see me okay before we get started. And anyone, as always, who's watching this on the replay, please give me a hashtag replay. Thank you kindly. Cool. Got a few people jumping on now on Instagram. What's happening, gang? Hope you're all good. Guys watching on Instagram, leave me an emoji, click share, like it. Guys on YouTube, give me a thumbs up. Guys on Facebook, hit like, give it a share. And guys on TikTok, double tap. Show me some love. Once I know that everyone can hear me and can see me okay, we're going to get this party started. We've got a good one today. The daily non-negotiables that you should be doing daily as a type 1 diabetic. So we're going to go in about 30 seconds. Cool. Right. Got a few people joining now. What's happening? Cool. Right. Shall we hit record? Shall we get going? 3, 2, 1. Yes, team. Welcome back to another episode of the Type 1 Movement podcast. And in today's episode, we're going to be talking about the daily non-negotiables as a type 1 diabetic. So the shit that you should be doing every single day, regardless of how you feel as a type 1. But before we get started, please leave me a rating and a review on the podcast app. And I believe that you can now do it on Spotify as well if you get value from this episode. And also, whatever device or platform you're listening to it on, please give it a screenshot, share it on Facebook, share it on your Instagram stories, and tag me at type1_Tom, because I love it when you guys reach out to let me know that my voice isn't falling on deaf ears. So, right, I'll tell you guys a little story. So last Friday was a fucking challenging day for me. We lost our family cat, and we've had him for I don't know how many years, but it's years and years. And it was like, you guys will know if you got pets, right? There comes a point when, we know people don't stick around forever and pets don't stick around forever. And pets become part of the family, right? But basically, he had a mass in his stomach. We think he had some sort of stroke because, I don't live at home anymore, but I got a phone call from my mum. I was just about to jump on a call with a prospect as well. My mum rung me and said, Thomas, Ricky, the cat's name, we think he's had a stroke. Can you come down and take him to the vet? So I drove down. And his paw was limp, his right paw, so we think he had a stroke. When we got to the vet examined him and basically felt his stomach, and he had a mass in his stomach. So the vet said there's a few different options. We don't know if his paw is in pain. He's in a lot of pain. We don't know if his paw, will come back, whatever we do, running tests, and he's got a mass in his stomach. So we could either get him on painkillers or obviously get him put to sleep. And I think if we would have kept him on painkillers, he would have had a terrible life, and it would have been prolonging the inevitable. It would have been a selfish thing for us to do because we didn't want to face losing him. He wouldn't have had a good quality of life, right? But I think, and give me a thumbs up or give me an emoji in the comments if you've experienced this before. I think with pets, when we get that option of them saying, right, we can keep them on painkillers, or we can do this, that, and the other to prolong their life a little bit, or we can put them to sleep. If we choose the first option, we do it solely because we don't want to face loss, which is inevitable because it was going to happen with him at some point. It was going to happen with Ricky at some point. So I'm very logical. Don't get me wrong, I was emotional. It was hard to see my mum and dad upset. But I'm very logical with this. And I said, mum and dad, I think we've got to do the best thing for Ricky, because if we was to put him on painkillers, he wouldn't have a good quality of life the rest of his life. And I think we're just doing it for selfish reasons. And this was hard. So we made a decision as a family to have him put to sleep, which was difficult. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, it is upsetting. And it was hard to see my mum and dad upset as well. So I actually come home and I had calls with prospects and bits of work that I had to do. And don't get me wrong, I didn't feel like doing it, but I did it anyway. And that's kind of what I'm going to get into today. I'm not saying it's going to be on that big of a scale, but we all have shit going on in life that makes us feel like we don't want to do certain things. We all have shit going on in life. Yeah, we have troubles, we have stress, we have stress with work, losing pets, losing people, losing relationships. We're all going to face these, and this is part of life. And this is why I wanted to do this episode. I think it's slotted in nice into what I had going on Friday. And I'm going to get into the daily non-negotiables as a type 1. And look, I'll be honest with you. If you want well-controlled blood glucose levels, the shit that you're going to have to do, regardless of what happens in life and regardless of how you fucking feel. End of. No discussion about it. And the same goes for me. The shit that I have to do if I want to, keep healthy, be able to coach my clients, be able to run my business. I've got daily non-negotiables that I do every single day, regardless of how I feel. Because, like I say, life's always going to get tough. We're always going to be stressed. We're always going to be busy. There's always going to be reasons and excuses that we can find as to why we don't have to do something. There'll always be reasons and excuses that we can find why we don't have to do something. I had a big one, like with my cat on Friday. I could have been like, I'm not doing any calls with prospects. I'm not doing anything. I'm just going to sit here. I could have done that, but I chose not to. And that is a big thing on a scale. Might be we're a little bit stressed or busy and you're using that as an excuse. Yeah. If you want success with your diabetes management, there's going to be shit that you need to do every single fucking day, regardless of how you feel. And this is where we put it down to showing up for yourself. Because, be honest, you're not showing up for me. You're not showing up for anyone else. You're showing up for yourself. And if you're showing up for yourself each day, that means you can deliver the best, the healthiest version of yourself to others. And this is something that I hear a lot from type 1s. And it's a bit of a catch-22 because a lot of type 1s with families and stuff, they're like, kids come first, partner comes first, work comes first. Okay, well, let's be honest. If you're feeling shit, you're tired, your levels are all over the place, you're feeling like crap, do you think that putting these other people first is sending you in a downward spiral? So do you think that's really giving these people that you love so much the best version of yourself? Do you? Because I don't think it is. But what if you was a little bit selfish, took a little bit of time for yourself, did the daily non-negotiables so you could become the healthiest, best controlled diabetic version of yourself, if you like, want of a better sense, you will be able to deliver your best self to these people that you love so much, right? And this is where it comes down. Guys, at times we need to be selfish. We need to be selfish for those that we love around us. And this comes down to doing these daily non-negotiables, showing up for your fucking self, regardless of how you feel, regardless of the shit that you've got going on in life. Straight up, straight to the point. And this is why I'm doing this, because I hear this from a lot of type 1s that I'm not a priority anymore. Well, hang on. If you're not a priority, how can you show your best self to those around you? And I go the same. If I'm not a priority looking after myself, how can I coach my clients? If I'm not a priority looking after myself, how can I make sure my family's okay? We can't. And you guys are the same. So we will always have fucking daily non-negotiables that we have to hit every single day, regardless of how we fucking feel. I'm going to go through them. I'm going to go through them as well. Now, right, the first daily non-negotiable that we have as a type 1 diabetic that you need to do, regardless of how you fucking feel, is test your blood glucose levels regularly throughout the day. Test your blood glucose levels regularly throughout the day. I don't care if you use a Libra, a Dexcom, a Medtronic sensor, or a good old finger prick. I don't give a fuck what you use. You need to be testing. And I'm going to tell you probably the most important times that you should be testing, that I test and get all my clients to test. When you wake up in the morning, before your meal, after your meal, before a workout, so that's before and after all your meals, before a workout, during a workout if you're feeling a little bit funny, after your workout, before bed. And if you ever feel a bit funny throughout the day, don't go off chance, test it. I'm not going to repeat them. They are the times that I recommend testing. So the first daily non-negotiable that we have, me, you, all of the type 1s, is testing your levels regularly throughout the day. The second daily non-negotiable is carb counting. Carb counting. Counting protein and fats will come under this as well. But look, if you feel your shit at carb counting, I did a full podcast episode on this, how I taught myself to carb count, how I teach all my clients. Go and download a food tracking app like MyFitnessPal, because that's going to count the carbs for you. You just need to scan the barcode or search the food. That's it. Simple. No excuse for it. That's the second one. Carb counting regularly. So testing your blood glucose levels regularly throughout the day and carb counting. Number 3, this is a big one. Just move. You should be moving every single day. And I don't mean going fucking kicking your own ass in a workout every single day. I mean, if it's just getting up, going on a walk. Just getting up, going on a walk. Just move. Like, honestly, moving your body in something simple like walking or exercising will work wonders for your insulin sensitivity. Yeah? Moving your body each and every day will work wonders for your insulin sensitivity. Yes, exercise and workouts are important, but so is walking. You probably walk around on your feet more than you do spending like 30 minutes or an hour working out. And a little tip for you guys as well, like there's a big thing, we should get 10,000 steps every day. Ladder this up. If you're quite sedentary and your daily steps are like 2,000 or 3,000, don't aim for 10,000. Let's see if we can go to 4. Then can we go to 6? Then can we go to 8? The reason why most people fail when they set certain goals, going over and sidetrack now, but I want to give you guys a bit of this golden nugget. The reason why most people fail when they set certain goals is they set them too far from where their starting position is. And when they don't hit them, they feel like a failure. Give me a fire emoji in the comments if you've ever done this. You've set a goal, you've had all intentions of doing it, but it's been that far out from where you're starting. You've not hit it. You felt like a failure. You feel like shit and you give up. And steps is a brilliant one of that. If you're only getting 2,000 or 3,000 steps in a day and you're like, right, every day I'm going to get 10,000 steps in. Well, hang on. Why don't you just go to 4,000, then maybe 5 or 6 and ladder it up that way? Ladder it up that way. Because you know that you can hit. You know the end goal is 10,000. Yeah, because be the same with an average blood glucose, a time in range goal, A1C. If you've got this ultimate goal, keep it in mind, but break it down into small, manageable chunks. Yeah. So number 3 is just move every day. And I'm not saying kick your ass, like I said, in a workout every day. Even if you're just walking, that's amazing. That's enough. You should be exercising as well. You should be, but we're speaking about moving your body here. And number 4, this is the last one. This is a big one, and a lot of type 1s bypass this. Is connect with other type 1s every day. Connect with other type 1s every day. Like, the reason for that is this: there's power in community. And a lot of type 1s can feel really alone. I know I've felt there. Like, I was diagnosed 14 years ago now, and you guys who was probably diagnosed way before me, because I know there's a lot of you, know that there was no community. There was no community back then. There was no coaches. There was no one on Instagram, no groups on fucking Facebook. There was nothing, and I felt really alone. Yeah? So if you can connect with another type 1 every single day, do it. Doesn't need to be in person. It could be, that'd be great. But it could be in a Facebook group. It could be, comment on someone's Instagram post. Could be sliding into someone's DMs. I always say my DMs are always open to other type 1 diabetics. And the reason for that is this. It'll make you realize that you're not alone. Because when we think we're alone in something, we think no one else gets it. That's when shit starts to go wrong. Yeah? So I'm going to quickly recap these. The daily non-negotiables that you need to be doing every single day, no matter how you fucking feel, if you want to improve your blood glucose control and your health. Because you will always, always, always find an excuse not to do the shit that you know you need to do. We will always find excuses. Yeah? So the first one is testing your blood glucose levels regularly throughout the day. I'm going to recap the most important times. Is when you wake up in the morning, before and after every meal, before and after your workouts or during if you feel a little bit funny, before bed, or whenever you feel funny, you feel high or low, test your blood glucose levels. Yeah. Second one is carb count every single day. Counting fats and proteins, like I said, comes under this as well. If you struggle to carb count, guys, it's basically like the biggest cheat code ever. Download MyFitnessPal or a food tracking app. Start using that. It's going to add it all up for you. Third one is just move. Just move. Just get up, get off your fucking ass and go for a wander. Yeah. And the fourth one is connecting with other type 1s. Go and speak to other type 1s. Have a conversation. It might have to be about type 1 diabetes. Could just be a chat. But you've got that underlying connection there because you both fucking understand it. But you don't necessarily need to speak about diabetes. It could be a general fucking human conversation. Yeah. These things seem very, very simple. It seems very, very simple, but it's the simple stuff that will give you the biggest reward. It's the simple stuff. You guys need to understand that you might look at these people with amazing A1Cs, great health, awesome time in target range, awesome average glucose, like a lot of my clients, like myself. Do you know what I mean? But people then think, damn, they've done 1 or 2 huge things and got these results. No, it's small things done repeatedly, consistently, day in, day out, regardless of how you fucking feel. Regardless of how you fucking feel. And you know what? I'm not giving you get out of jail free card, but you will have times that you miss some of these things. So what? As long as you're not missing every day. A couple of times that you miss, you're like, you know what? It happens. It's life. Straight back into it. Team, that is it. The daily non-negotiables as a type 1 diabetic. Test your glucose levels regularly throughout the day. Carb count, account for fats and proteins as well. Just move, get off your house and walk, and connect, have a conversation with other type 1s. Team, that's it. If you got value from this episode, please leave me a rating and a review on the podcast app, as it really does help me reach more type 1 diabetics and positively impact our community. I appreciate you so much for listening today. Hope you have a fucking great day. Until the next episode, peace. Right, squad, I'm going to stay on for a minute and we'll see if we do have any questions. So if you guys have got anything you would like to ask me, now's the chance. Have a quick look for you guys on Instagram.